So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here live and on the replay and in spirit. And yes, thank you all for taking time out of your day and night for being here and connecting to our hearts and coming back home to ourselves, to the love that we are and always have been. And today's topic focus is on kindness. So as in what kindness means to us, how we can be more kind, how we can bring more kindness to every situation, everywhere we go, and just bringing that healing energy that goes along with being kind in everything that's kind of going on around us. It's like keeping that center in kindness, no matter how hard it may seem, or how challenging or how triggered we are. It's like being that example, that leader in kindness and showing others how to be kind. And it's like when others come up to us, it's like they stop and they can sense something. And it's just like, how can we kind of bring them home with more kindness? And I think just being very kind with ourselves first and foremost. I mean, it starts with us and then ripples out. Everything is like always interconnected. I mean, we're all on this journey together, hand in hand, heart to heart, as one. So, for kindness for me, what it means to me is when I think of the word kindness, it's like this immediate softening within me. And it's like my heart smiles and like my soul, my spirit. And then it's like reflected like on my face as a smile. It's like the kindness smile. It's just when you have that connection to kindness within, I mean, it's like you build that relationship with kindness, right? And how can it not like ripple and ooze out and just touch everything, right? I think it's just really tuning into it from within, creating from within, and then it's that reflection, that mirror from like what's going on inside or how we're feeling, how we're being. So yeah, it's like a immediate for me, it's like an immediate like frequency shift. Even the word is like when I see the word, it's like how does it feel like to me? Like within with all my senses. So I can literally see like the word kindness with like like fluffy clouds, like cotton candy. It's like sky blue with like pinks. It's kind of like the color of like my light here. And then it's like then I could hear birds and like nature, and it's just this like very joyful feeling, and it's like really connected to my inner child. It's just like that friendship, that relationship with my inner child. And then it's like inspiration flows from that, healing from flows from that. It's like love flows from that. Everything just starts from that kindness. So it's just really having that at our center heart, our core, our being, our essence, and who we truly are. Um, it's like an instant like integration immediately. Um, yeah, and when I think when people do come up to us, it's just like being in your heart space, being breathing into the heart space and allowing their energies like to receive that kindness frequency. It's like sometimes it's not even saying anything. It's just like having that gentle, sincere smile where you just know it's a kindness smile where people feel safe and supported and heard and nurtured. and cared for and loved. And it's like, for me, it's like kindness is like no judgment. Like there's no judgment. Like when I think of that word, it's just like peace, an extension of peace and love, like everything. But like, it's like, how does kindness feel to you right now when you hear the word kindness? Like, that's funny. It's 11:11. Um, we'll take a moment to just have that um gratitude for all that we have and continue to have, and for our health and for our family, our friends, um, and us being that love on this beautiful planet. And yeah, I'm just very grateful, thankful, and blessed for everything, for being alive. So just taking that moment in appreciation, put a hand on your heart, just saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, yes, it can feel like goosies, tingles. Yeah, I could hear like the word kindness, like from the universe, like just like washing down like a waterfall. It's like automatically like clearing from the day, restoring, replenishing. It's like allowing the word kindness to hug you. So just like closing your eyes, putting a hand on your heart, and using all your senses to feel that kindness wrap around you, that word of kindness wrap around you like a hug. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What is it saying to you? What is it wanting you to remember? How is it guiding you, leading you, encouraging you, supporting you, inspiring you? Just allow yourself to breathe into that kindness, the kindness of your heart, the kindness of who you are, and in spirit having a human experience. Really breathing in that word kindness, taking it all in like a healing elixir. Let it wash within your entire being, and being one with the kindness frequency. Allow the transformation to take place naturally, organically, and even like euphorically, being in bliss. All in that comfort of kindness. What colors do you see? What do you smell? What do you feel? And just allow yourself to receive the kindness blessing of the highest and purest frequencies. Kindness has no limitation, no barriers. It's as one with everything. It is everything. It is that one true source of the extension of love. wrapped up in that word of kindness. Let kindness hold you. Let kindness speak to you. Let yourself become friends, best friends with kindness. Hold hands with kindness.
I'm sure that Carl have gone to other journey. Carl, have you fly to other places and return?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I was, and then I'm like
What I
returning.
thought that you have.
Come on, come on.
Bring yourself back.
Oh, yes. So just allowing kindness to bring you back to yourself on a fluffy white cloud and just resting on that kindness cloud. And the cloud is coming right back into your sacred space with you on it. It's bringing you back into this physical reality, or as we call it, reality. And allow yourself to wiggle your toes, feeling your legs, allowing yourself to feel yourself on the seat and where you're sitting, and wiggling your fingers and taking 3 deep breaths. And we thank kindness for being with us today and tonight, and for allowing kindness to allow all the expansion to occur and just really getting out of the box thinking and perspective and way of being, and just inviting, having that invitation of kindness all throughout our lives, each and every day, each moment, and not forgetting and regrounding, recentering ourselves with kindness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. How was that kindness experience for you all? And just open up the mic, and if you'd like to share, you're more than welcome to.
Thank you for the journey.
Lillian, would you like to share?
Thank you for the journey, Kyle. But I also want
Mhm.
to, before I join and share, I would like to welcome Sabrina to the group, as that is her first time to join us. So spread the kindness from here to her as an act of love, the act of caring. And I know that she's stepping in because she has a huge heart. I know she had a really big heart, and I know, and when I asked her, I said, Sarita, do you want to come to kindness code and share your kindness? Like, yeah, I'm like, yes. So that was a really beautiful as yes, and I know that she's just holding the biggest heart that I ever known. And also that what she's doing now is also part of a big heart, a huge act of love, act of the caring. And is for me, it's just like she is the kindness activator that I recognize it on the earth, on human earth, and I cannot wait for her to share what she is doing and also that why she is here as well that is connected as this code. And thank you so much, Cloud, for the journey. And yes, I'm in the cloud with this cotton candy wrapping around. And I was like, oh God. Oh God. So that was what I was, I could visualize that. So that was really funny, but it's okay because that is that you want to spread all the kindness all around the world by using the cloud vehicle. That is really nice. So yeah, so for me with kindness, so it was, well, it like when I step into kindness, on this is the third year that I journeyed 12 codes. So Rita, I'm just gonna explain what is really code means. The CODE code. Codes is holding a lot of energies that in just that code. And when we share, think about this, everything is open up, and then each individual experience and experiences from our life, part of each relationships that is unfolding. So that is instead of saying a lot of different kindness, which is using a simple things as code. So yeah. So that is the simplest way, I guess, that to explain it. So it's holding a very intensive energies is unfolding in your surrounding of this. It's a virtue. So I call it like my promise to self, but also that is a leadership virtue too. As you know, the kindness is definitely one of the highest part of the leadership, right? Is the act of the heart, self-love, self-care, and also the how do you caring for others as well. And for me, when the first time when you seeing this word kindness, it's so simple and yet that how do I was asking myself, how do I cultivate more kindness in my life? So should I donate money to the poor? Or should I do this to other people? Should I go to do some charity work? Or it just sort of like very commercialized and also that this is quite normal things that we do, right? Like, sort of like donations and, you sort of like have something that is giving away that someone that may be needing. So that is as a standard, the act of kindness. But I was like, that's definitely more. That's definitely more of how can we actually, if someone that don't have any things that can give, how do they, I mean, I was like, how do I actually in that shoes, putting that kind of shoes on, like, in that shoes to think that how can I be of service of my kindness to share with people that I love, let's say, right? Just said that what is the relationship between, family relationships and just all kind of relationship, let's say the pet, animal, the plant, like, the just surrounding, and also that the loved ones and strangers. And a lot of time that we share more love to strangers and compare to the one that is the closest to you. And you find that it's so freaking hard to do act of kindness to the people that is the closest to us. And it's also like, I also asked that, what is that? And this is like a lot of compassion that is being birthed or being felt throughout this journey. So for me, compassion and kindness in hand in hand. So yeah, it's just that when we have this kindness in our heart, we also see it in someone else in our different lenses. As whether you want to jump in and help or you really have the deep compassion. and you recognize that that is that person's journey. And sometimes that person you probably need to recognize first, need to have that experience in order to safely journey to the next step or move forward. Is every time that we feel spoon feed that person is actually not really helping. So coming into this kindness, sometimes it's quite boundaries as well. For me, is as you set a boundaries for your kindness. Sometimes when we're over giving our kindness, we're also receiving this resentment. So in that space, is like we have to ask ourselves. Sometimes is enough is enough, or sometimes that we are going to go with that person to help that person, and then you in a different boat or with the boat with the person. So this is like, it's a very situational, and also that if you are following whatever that is over there, and think about yourself, are you being kind to yourself? There's another way of thinking as well. So it's a lot of like my professional time. I mean, professional, like I work in corporate, we always very kind, and we've been pulled away on a lot of things to do things. And while we are on this situation, our job is piling up, then I was like, oh, I should not do this. Like, you started to like blaming, the anger with nobody but yourself. And this is literally like self-harming as well. So kindness, just like Carl said, that kindness is start from within, start from us. If we build this really strong kindness to us, we will not have this resentment. And we know that when to help the best, and also what is the best help for that person. So yeah, if they do not ask for help, I will not help, because there's no consent being asked. There's a consent that is needed to, like, not really approval, but it's a consent. Because from my experiences, my learning of this last year was, yes, I jump in and help that person getting better, right? And then same thing happened again. And also that when that person react, it's shooting back to me, and then I get really sad and have these really low emotions. And I realized that it revealed to me that I cannot see other people suffering. And therefore I jump in and help without consent. But without even giving the person space for that person to accept what is happening to the person, and also that to acknowledge to witness. And that person can be very easy to release sometimes. But when we jump in and help, that person may not want to and may not be appreciated. So yeah, so I learned that I stick back, I ground, because when we go like this and like this, jump forward, is we are not rooted, we are not grounded, is actually we are not feeling safe. We are like this shaking, and we just want to get it ding dong. So that he or she in peace and I am in peace. So who is in this shaky moment is not that person, it's actually outside myself. So I learned that. So yeah, so that is a piece of kindness that I wanted to share, as kindness, somehow coming is kindness start from your root. So yeah, kindness start from your root. So yeah, it's from me.
Yeah, I think self-care, that's the most important. But I suppose for me, I resonate with the word kindness. That's why when Lillian said the topic was kindness, I said, sure. I epitomize kindness, but in many ways, it's about giving without asking or without expecting. So, I mean, but I'm much older than Lillian. We have a working career. We work together in our corporate world. But 5 years ago, I actually gave up the corporate world. At 59, I decided something is missing in my life. I wanted to, there was no fun, right? Going 9 to 5, 9 to 5. But I don't know if you've heard a course called Landmark. Yeah, that was my springboard to what satisfaction means to me now. In that 3-day course, I learned that if I did nothing today, my future is predictable. So my future would be my past, which is a 9 to 5 job. And I was horrified. And he also said 5% of you is also a 3-day weekend course, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But he says some of you will react 5%. I was one of those 5%. Monday morning, I went to work and I just asked my boss, I said, would you consider making me redundant? Because I also had 14 years invested in the company. I thought maybe I should get a little payout. But he said, no. He said, you'll be the last one we let go. If at all we are in that path. But I knew I had to get out. Otherwise, work would consume me and I've lived a life of no satisfaction. So my past 5 years, it's just been blissful. It's only of late, I started to look after my calendar. I put 2 days where I said no meetings. It's my day to do anything I want, anything that, or some days I just don't do anything. I just chill. I love playing Scrabble, so I could spend an hour just playing with the computer, Scrabble. But kindness for me is so as I built my 2 businesses, one, I'm not even doing it for me. I'm doing it for my 2 little grandnephews. My sister's daughter passed away just about 14 months ago, and she left behind 2 twins. They were only 8 months old. So I showed my sister the business model that I was working on. And I said, we could easily build this for the boys so that when they turn, so it's a legacy business. So when they turn 18, that compounding, whatever they're earning, will hopefully hold them in good state. And I do it because my why is so big. It's not no monetary for me. It's just if I can get people to switch their bills, the boys will pick up the residue and the bonuses. So that became my big why. But I also joined business. So when I quit the corporate world, I had to do something. And I went into a BNI, which is like a business networking. And I totally love the space I've created. So I love animals. So I've got 2 dogs. But I'm also divorced, but my ex and I live together. I live in the space of if I can help him, but he's also not healthy. He's got a heart condition. He's still the father of my children. So I felt like in the Asian culture, a child looks after the parents when the parents are not well. But I told my son, he's got a young family. I want him to enjoy his youth. And so my ex and I, we live together. I make sure his food is there, his medication. But then I also created a space so that when I'm out, I only have to text him and say, can you feed the dogs? Things like that. So when people say, how can you do that? I said, very easy. It's not about me, it's about us. It's about what we can do together. He loves animals. And so when we talk about kindness, I'm looking at what I can do, give back, make somebody's life also joyful. And that's what I've been doing the last 5.5 years when I'm no longer in the corporate world, not rushing anymore. I just do what I want to do and attend my meetings, my trainings. And then you're in the space of, I love the space I've created for myself. It's like, it's just oozing with joy. It's about giving back and hanging out with happy people. Because when you're with happy people, you become the sixth happy person. So yeah, so for me, that's kindness. I think, giving without expecting. But when it comes to, like Lillian was saying, right, about giving donations and all that, it annoys me. I hate when people ask for donation. But we've got such a huge friendship list. At some point, I just said, I won't give to charities that are like cancer because the government gives so much to like RSPCA. I won't give because they are a huge charity. The government also funds them. I would give to the little charities, the one that that self-funding, and through my business, I also help some charities. Like I can go there and I said, what if I spend 3 hours sitting here? You're feeding the poor people that can't even afford. how if I sat there and I look at their bills, if I can save them. So that's like giving my time, unpaid time, but helping people along the way, because a lot of people are just not aware. So that's great. I mean, it's great to share. Carl, you sharing what kindness means. And I think we need a lot of people doing kindness without expecting, isn't it? Mm. That's very nice.
How were you feeling of that? If Sarita sharing, Kyle.
What was that?
Just asking Kyle how he feels of what Sarita is
My sharing? Yeah. Yeah. Feedback would be great.
Yeah, it's
Am I on the right
beautiful.
path? Is that happiness?
Yeah. Yeah, it's inspiring. Yeah, it's um yeah, very humbling. I honor you for all that you do and continue to do. It's not many people would do that, you know? Um, but yeah, I could feel your heart. I see your heart. And yeah, just deeply honoring you immensely. Uh, yeah, I could feel like your kindness. It's like you're like it's like very motherly, nurturing. You just uh take
Yeah,
everyone in,
nurturer.
to feel safe, you know. Um yeah, it's like I can feel your embrace, like hugging me, holding me. Um and you're just like saying like everything's gonna be okay. Like it's just reassuring. So it's like you're definitely you're definitely an inspiration. Definitely an earth angel, definitely,
Yeah.
you know, on the earth. And I thank you for all that you do and continue to do. It's greatly appreciated because I feel like I know you. Like it's just familiar feeling, you know?
That's it. 'Cause
So it's
we all are in that vibration of
yeah,
giving and caring, right? Yeah.
yeah.
And it comes in many forms. Yeah. For me, because I love animals, I also felt it would be incongruent if I didn't care for my ex, because his children are his only living relatives. So for me to be like kind of in between, tell my children, enjoy your youth, enjoy raising your children while I look after your dad. And my son often tells me, he says, thank you so much for,
Wow.
jumping in and doing the needful, so that they can also focus on their young lives. Because I think I'm just so contented, and then giving is a lot easier. There's no anger, there's no expectations. Yeah. I mean, I suppose the only expectation is when you meet people, then you say, hey, can I have your bills? That's my only expectation. Please. It's for a good cause. You have to pay your bills anyway. So yeah, so it's joyful. It's joyful to watch the little boys points increase, and that's it. That's my big why. So it's not monetary. It's just I can't, because I've got all the time in the world now. I don't have young kids. My youngest is now 30. So my young kids are the two dogs. They my only focus at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, it's a different space. Huh?
You got grandchildren to look after now.
Oh yeah, one daughter. Yeah, one little granddaughter.
Yeah, thank you.
But then those you can give them back, right? If the parents.
Yes,
All right, thank you. Come pick your child up.
yes, yeah.
You still got your little one, Pearl, huh? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And you're from Canada, Kyle?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
He cannot give you bills, Sarita.
I know. No bills. No, it's nice. I've got a cousin in I think Toronto.
Oh yeah, I'm going there on Tuesday,
How is
Toronto.
it?
Yes.
I don't know where she lives, but one of those countries. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, nice. It's cold. No, it's warm there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's our summer now.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting into good weather now. You
Yeah.
guys are gonna freeze. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we get cold, but not as cold as out west. Yeah,
Okay.
so we're kind of like we're known as the banana belt. So we miss a lot of the storms, the intense storms. I mean, we still get storms, but yeah, we're kind of known as like the armpit of Canada. It's just because we're across the river. We're a border city, so there's Detroit across the river.
Okay.
So on the States and all of that, so we just get kind of like the tail end of the weather. It's kind of cool in a way.
Yeah, that's nice.
But yeah.
So that's a good thing to embrace kindness. I think the world needs a lot of us around, right?
Oh, definitely.
To calm the storm, the energy people expend, getting angry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is there any things that we wanted to share going into the current, see that, or feel that, is there anything that wanted more to share?
Yeah, I think kindness allows our heart to open to bloom. Like when you allow kindness to kind of like touch your heart, kiss your heart, it's like a gift that unwraps a little bit every day. Like it um it softens, like it breaks the walls, like it kind of the hardness. Um there's like a feather kind of landing on your heart space. It's very gentle. It's very subtle, but makes a big impact. Like a butterfly. Like if you think of a butterfly, how powerful their wings are when they all flutter, it can literally cause the tsunami. So it's like, I mean, that's the power of kindness is to some extent, right? How that can just ripple out and just one thing touches everything, right? So
I guess you
doing
sleep
our
better.
part, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you also sleep better because you're always in the thankful mode. You're living gratitude, and yeah, every good turn kind of makes you uh relax and happy. Oops, my dog's growling. They're very territorial. He sees people walking, he's growling. Like, get off my grass.
Do you have anything else to share, Kyle? It's rather short for this code, but it's just feeling a lot of gratitude feeling.
You have to pull the blinds down. He can't see out. Now he's run out to the other side. But yeah, that's good.
So with the kindness, it's also bringing to you a lot of deep gratitude of the change that. So by looking at you, Sarita, you mentioned about 5 years. That is the time that you were talking about, I need to go. So that is the change. Remember, we were talking about the change, and it was such a big word, change, right? And it was the change, right? Like direction. The change is like shifting direction.
It is. It's a mindset thing, right? I've decided, oh, I can't do 9 to 5 anymore because it's not serving me. So I make a bit less, but I'm totally happily. I mean, I have enough, so I don't need a lot to kill myself. So I'm in the space of actually giving back. I'm much older than the two of you. And I always qualify, and I tell people my journey and they kind of like, but I said, but when I was your age, this is what I was doing. But that realization comes much later. Once you've achieved everything, then you say, what else is there? So, yeah, that's it. That's good. I mean, Lillian was amazing. You're always thinking outside the box as well. So
There's a lot of changes and go like every year changes.
yeah, I mean, you started much younger, so channeling and yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it just changes for the good, shifted for the better. So yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise that you will go stagnant and unhappy, right? So yeah.
Probably, yeah, nothing phases you now. You become a better human being too, I think, for the children as well. My kids, I'm like their friend. They can call me anything, like in a fun way. We always all have pet names. Even they call me Mundu. So mommy is Mundu. That our dogs become Redu Badu. So that kind of and my grandniece, another daughter, sister's daughter, she said, I love coming here. She said, your house is so peaceful. It's like we're all so in sync. We don't argue. We don't we just understand each other. So yeah,
Yes, it's peace.
peaceful. And that's what we need in life, just to be contented. So I have people that always, they aspire to be better, but they want to keep up with the Jonases. Yeah. But I always tell them, I said, why are you always comparing yourself to the next person? They're wealthy, but so what? I said, I said you should look at yourself with the South Africa, with the people in Africa, no food, no homes. Then you will say, wow, I've got so much. I'm so grateful that I've got enough. It's who we compare ourselves with. Yeah. Everyone has their own journey.
Well, thank you so much, Sarita, for attending.
No, thank you. I was just curious. Yeah, see what it was nice. Thank you. I feel very blessed and calmed.
Yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah.
it's kindness is always like going toward and then softened.
Yeah, the word kindness already softens you, right? You
Yeah.
cannot say kindness and be angry.
Yeah.
It's just the word is it calms you. A smile, it's a soft word, so they chill that person down.
Yeah.
So maybe next time we meet somebody who's impatient, you can tell on the face, right, when they are rushing, they hurried. So we probably just have to use a keyword like kindness. What is kindness to you? And then they tone down.
Yeah.
I have to watch people now when I use those words.
Yes.
If they look like they had rushed and want to, yeah. Anyway, but interesting. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
So next
Thank
one
you
we
for
have gratitude. Is also a beautiful quote as well. So if you feel aligned, then you can come back and we'll still be here too. So yeah, so every single month we're running this, and it's sort of like sharing and also get to know people around the world and sharing yourself out of it as well. So
Sure. Awesome.
Mhm.
All right, we'll stay in touch.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Lots
Lillian.
of love.
Lovely to meet you, Kyle. Thank you very
You
much.
too,
I appreciate
Sarita.
your session. Bye-bye.